I'll initiate you today into this silence I was talking about, the stillness I was talking about, this emotions I was talking about. I'll initiate you into all that. You will be able to absolutely feel that blankness, stillness, silence. And I'll talk about the flow of water within you. You have emotions. Your waters, the body, in your body, emotions are controlled by water. Your wisdom is controlled by your fire. You understand? And your thoughts are controlled by your air. How should a human being feel? A human being should feel a continuous flow of etheric water within him 24/7. Whenever he closes his eyes, he should feel there must be a flow going through him. Whenever he closes his eyes, he must feel absolutely still, no thoughts. Whenever he closes his eyes, he must feel silent. Whenever he closes his eyes, he must feel that there is a cool breeze of currents flowing all through his system. And he must not have a thought. He must be still, silent, nirvikara, niranjana, nischala chitta, nischala mana. No thought, no state. वैसे पड़े रहो ना, उसमें बेनिफिट क्या हो जाएगी? In absolute stillness, you have that inner silence. Your mind automatically, see, if there is a problem in the software, what you do is you restart the computer and then everything is set. Why yogis want to go into stillness? Because identity, anything that is before identity is God. Anything after identity is created in time and space vectors. Our mind is infinite because our ability to identify anything is infinite. Am I clear with you? The same matter called atoms, the same matter called electrons, protons and all the subatomic particles that we talk about are actually, everything is an electron, everything is a proton, all subatomic particles existing in the atom are the same. Their configuration varies. So basically the entire cosmos is the same electron, same proton and all the list of subatomic particles. Am I clear with you? But with the same entity, there are so many variegated entities that are produced. And there are infinite varieties. Yes or no? So our mind can infinitely identify, differentiate and create. But anything before identification is all atoms, is all subatomic particles, is all electrons. And that existence alone is pure bliss, and that alone is pure God. Now, once a sadhak's mind goes into that state of still mind, all the frequencies that he has already... Now, what am I trying to tell you, my dear? Please understand carefully. You are all like this. Whatever in your life, whatever you are, is already because of what you have thought of. Am I clear? Now, because remember this carefully, because you have thought of in such a fashion, you are in your life as what you are. Now, in the meditation, if you again think a lot, create a lot, and do your own infinite thought pattern, because you are at freedom to think the way you want, you created this life. Now again in meditation, you take the freedom in creating what you want in your life don't you think you will create furthermore or a different? See, I make you sit in a small room with 5 ACs fit, 3-ton ACs fit into it. It's a very small 4 by 5 room. In 4 by 5 room there are 3-ton ACs or 4 or maybe 10-ton AC there. All of them are not temperature set, and everything is made to blow very cool air on you. Okay, and would you feel comfortable about it? No. Cool. I send you to Antarctica, you are not comfortable there with the chilly weather there. I send you to desert Dubai. Are you comfortable there? You are not. Anything is not comfortable to you. Before meditation, you create with your thoughts. In meditation, you don't create. Even without meditation, whenever there is a thought, there is a creation happening, because thought is energy. Am I clear with you? Thought is energy. 90 megajoules of energy is mass. E equals mc square. Energy is equal to mass. You understand? And mass, F is equal to ma. F is equal to ma. So what is that force that you create? M by A should be. Yes or no? Am I clear with you? So that force and intensity that you create in your life is already deciding your existence, your movement in your life, acceleration. Where there is force, there will be acceleration also. I cannot divide acceleration and force. You understand? You are the mass identity, and your mass is directly proportional. If you see m is equal to E, energy, your energy, positive or negative, technically is all negative. Because I will tell you something. I want to marry. Not now, I already married, but example, before marriage, an unmarried bachelor says, I want to marry. Is it a positive thought or a negative thought? Positive thought. Now go and ask a married person, is marriage a positive thing? If you see women, you go and you observe their marriage, all women say, why the damn hell did I marry you? To the husband they say, you. I married you. If I would have married somebody else, I would have been happy. It invariably means that if I would have married somebody else, I would have been happy. Why the damn hell did I marry you? Is the general woman dialogue. General male dialogue would be, why the damn hell did I marry? We women always talk about identification, because woman is mind, woman is the creative Shakti. Woman itself is known for its identification factor. That is the reason why in Sanatana Dharma they say woman is Tripuramba, male are Shiva Swarupa, but without male this Shiva Swarupa is a useless creature. So the Tripuramba, she is the cause for a creation, sustenance and maintenance. Though Narayana Brahma, they say Narayana is a useless creature without Lakshmi, Shiva is a useless creature without Parvati, Brahma is a useless creature without Saraswati. But the power of Saraswati, Lakshmi and Parvati are independent of Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. But so they are the actual force. In Shri Vidya Sadhana, that is the reason why they talk about force. They talk about triangles, they talk about circles, they talk about a square and then a circles and then triangles and then a point, because it is all about force, mass, acceleration. Our life is already in force. We have conceptual fight between male and female. Female are identity oriented, males are concept oriented. If I get frustrated in my marriage, I will say, why the damn hell did I get married? If my wife gets frustrated in marriage, she'll say, why the damn hell did I get married to you? That again creates an identity. Now, matlab, if she is not happy with me, it means she can be happy with somebody. It means I am inferior than that person. It means I am inferior than that person, then she is calling me inferior. Don't you think it has spoken more of identity within me? Because to this world, who donates identity is the mother or is the woman. To this world, who destroys identity is the male. I am not saying male or divine here. You understand? I am not saying male or divine, female or not divine. I am saying the world runs because of female. The female in male or the female. That is the reason why Shri Vidya is given a feminine look. All force, why Tripurasundari is surrounded by all devatas. They say all the Sri Chakra devatas, if you observe, are all female. Why? Because they are all force, sheer force. Force without any specific directional frequency, or all force which cannot be contained in its own point, in its own existence, is always not static. And where there is no static force, there is chaos, there is confusion, and there is creation. If you understand, confusion or chaos and creation go hand in hand. So, one who is creating has to be very clearly specific about what he is creating, because creation and chaos or confusion go hand in hand. You understand? You ask a married man, 10-year-old married man, that I want to get married, he will say, oh, okay, good idea. But then, if you are not happy with your marriage, you ask a question, great grandfather, you are not happy with marriage, you had your own complaints. Grandfather, you had your own complaints. Father, you had your own complaints. Brothers, elder brothers, they had their own complaints. Everybody, they had their own complaints. But why the hell they still feel that marriage is positive for me? No, it is positive. If you understand, I am trying to show you the spiritual side of it. If you see the spiritual side of it, it is how the existence and creation has to run. Because until otherwise, I add two alternate, see, current to localize in existence. You understand? Why we actually live on this planet, why we actually marry, and what are we, if we should clearly understand. No electricity, energy can be contained at a place without alternating poles. Carl Steinmetz, he is one of the biggest scientists. I really pray, I really appreciate, and I really thank him every day in the morning, because if had he not been present on this planet, seriously, we would never have had electricity. He did not invent electricity. Electricity was there. DC electricity was there. Electricity could never be transferred for a long distance. Now this man, a mathematician, only through the power of mathematics, he actually solved the problem about how to transport electricity. That is the reason why wherever electricity is produced, it is transported. And now, had he not created a mechanism to transport electricity, we would not have had this kind of all developments that we had. Now the point I am trying to tell you is, this man always said, it is by alternating the currents, electricity alternates 120 times per second. Electricity alternates 120 times per second, and so is any energy alternating within itself. There is no energy which does not alternate within its own self, and this alternating happens because energy, to contain itself as energy and not to dissipate and merge in the existence, it needs alteration of poles. And that is the reason why to exist identity we have heart and we have mind. The yogis of the Sanatana Dharma always said, be in a still mind. The truth is, happiness can only be found in a still mind. Happiness can only be found in silence. Happiness is found in you, not in objects. You accrue objects. You be a king, no issues. You have all the luxuries in your life. But until otherwise you achieve a state of mind which is fulfilling in its own self, you have not achieved a thing. Because no matter what, if you achieve a kingdom without a stillness of mind, you are creating problems. There are so many rich people with so many problems, mental problems, emotional problems, spiritual problems, there's every health problems, they have everybody. See, the truth is, a person laying on the ground, a laborer who works from the day, all through the day, and then in the evening he just on the pavement he sleeps, he has a comfortable sleep. And a rich man moving in a Mercedes Benz might feel that he at least has a comfortable sleep. I have a Mercedes Benz and I don't get sleep, and I am in more traumatic position than him. Technically he'll say. Now that man who is sleeping on the pavement will say, he at least has a Mercedes Benz to it, I don't have. Now this guy says, at least you are able to forget for some time during sleep that you don't have a Mercedes Benz. Okay, I in my sleep also am thinking about how to pay its EMI. I am see, you have money, you are troubled. You have wife, you are troubled. You don't have a wife, you are troubled. You have money, you are troubled. You don't have money, you are troubled. You have not, you are troubled. But you are not troubled in whatever condition when you find a state of being in your own self which is fulfilling for its own self. Only then your creation that is done in stillness, creation that is done in stillness can alone give peace, can alone give beauty. Because there the harmony of alternating poles is nullified, is existing. The alternating poles, see, what your mind likes, your heart will not like. I promise you this. What your mind likes, your heart will not like. What your heart likes, your mind will not like. My mind will like something which is very pristine, very pure. My heart will feel like having a lot of people who love me. Am I clear with you? My heart wants a peaceful life. But in a peaceful life, have you ever seen a businessman or a man with a lot of money being in a peaceful way? And from the morning, no, when you get peace is the question. When you get peace, when there is no issue from the morning till the evening, in a 24 hours time frame, you don't have any problems, everything happening on its own, is called a peaceful life. Can you say like that? If you define that way, that no problems is peace, then by being rich or by owning a company, there is no way. In 4 people in a family, there is no way that you can avoid a fight. In 1,000 people, forget about 1,000, in 100 people, 50 people company, you are bound to have troubles. Yes or no? Yes. So that way